Hi there, YouTube. It is I, the one, the only, Naudia Exotica. And I am back. I feel so much better than in my previous video. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness, that was a lot. But I'm back and better than ever. So a disclaimer, as I normally put at the very beginning of my videos, this video is discussing adult topics. It's discussing transgender escorting. So if that's something you don't like, feel free to click off, but you're welcome to watch any other one of my videos. Not all of my videos are obviously talking about topics as such, so I encourage you to please click off if this makes you uncomfortable and you don't like this. Cat's out of the bag. This was something that I have not spoken about on my YouTube until very recently, until like the previous video I had posted, and there's lots more to come. So please stick around, like, subscribe, woohoo! I'm almost to 500 subscribers. I just have to say thank you so much, and I'm honored. Oh God, okay. But anyway, so I want to start this conversation off by saying I'm treading a bit carefully because I don't want to make it sound like I'm encouraging anyone to do anything at all. This is not on my channel, or on my channel, in my book that I'm writing that pertains to sex work. I am not giving you a how-to. That's absolutely not the purpose of any of this. And as a matter of fact, well, gosh, I don't want to touch on this quite yet, but I can't touch on that. But what I'm going to say is I'm relaying my experience to a degree, but a lot, I will be going into depth about certain things in my book that I'm working on. I also wish I could share the title of it, but I don't want to risk anything because it's not completed. I want to start off all of this also by saying my view on everything like this. Okay, so I haven't done this. I have not participated in this for over a year now. And I'm not encouraging anyone to, at all. I don't want that. I don't want that message to be conveyed. I don't want it to come across like that. And before speaking about it all, I kind of want to start off with a quote by Gangubai Kathiawadi. I've spoken about that movie before. She was actually a real person. But I've spoken about that movie before on my YouTube, and I highly, highly encourage you to please watch that movie. It's in Hindi. However, you can put on the captions, and there's captions for it. She was sold away into sex work, a brothel, misled into doing that kind of work, as many women have been throughout history, but also especially in the East, especially in India. And I don't know whether this is a direct quote from her, but it was from the movie, and it's amazing. It's amazing, and it's my theme of literally all of this. But the quote is, "People think we're dishonest. Fine. But do this dishonest work with honesty." And to me, that resonates with me so much in so many different ways. And it's not even just with honesty. You do this work. I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying if you are in this realm of work, you do it with dignity and integrity. And you don't ever settle for less than what it is you're asking. And you also don't ever do anything you're uncomfortable with, ever. I need to stress that. I've never done anything I didn't want to do, and I refuse. Absolutely not. So you, not you directly the viewer, but other escorts may call your clientele tricks. That's a common thing amongst escorts, and like, you call them tricks, but to me they were never tricks, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. I just have a different perspective, and I want to at least share that with you so that you can adapt, this sort of perspective. You never, ever invite anybody you are uncertain about in your vicinity, in your area, to be sexual with you, to be intimate with you. You never, ever do that. You never bring about anyone you are unsure about. And this all falls back on intuition, which I preach all the time. I'm always talking about intuition. And it goes back to that because you need to know how to use your intuition and your better judgment to decide whether or not somebody is worth that amount of money that you are working for or meeting up for. Okay? And by doing so, you use your internal compass. So the people that I can't say that I've done it, over and over and over consecutively. That's been my only income. I can't say that. I can't speak to that. I've never been a full-time escort. But what I can say is, nobody that I invited around or met up with, went on a date with, ever robbed me, ever did anything tricky or suspicious to me. They were never shady characters, ever. And again, I'm saying this because, I was so selective, but I was allowed to be selective, and I encourage you to be selective as well. If you have the luxury of being selective, please do, and sort out with these men to distinguish whether or not somebody is a very, very questionable character. None of these men ever played tricks on me. No one ever stole anything from me. No one tried to harm me. I made sure to take the initiative to really get to know and get a feel for who it is I was meeting up with. The way they spoke to me, the way that they followed through on their word or not, certain red flags, everything of which will alert, and or not alert. Like if they're suspicious, it will alert your insides. It will alert your intuition that this person is not to be trusted at all. If you're getting that sort of feeling, emotion, there's no room for error. There's no room for error in this. So it's really all a matter of utilizing your internal compass, which is your intuition. And I'm of the mindset that there's something to be learned from everybody. Whether you're spending a night with somebody or a few hours, hell, a few seconds. Most of the men that I've encountered had some sort of something to give to me, whether it was financially, or also intellectually. Be it that because of the fact that I met up with people I knew could be trusted and or was willing to kind of make that leap of faith or take that gamble with, it turned out to be some very interesting, very, I don't even know what to say, I don't want to say useful because it makes me sound like I'm only using them, but it was an equal transaction. But people who had very useful knowledge about certain things that I knew I could take with me. It's about establishing connections. It goes deeper than just that transaction. And I think if that's all you're getting on the surface level, if that's really all it comes down to, in my opinion, you're doing it wrong. it goes hand in hand with being social. It goes hand in hand with being a people person. The better you are at socializing, the better you are at escorting. It's about making an impression on somebody, giving them an experience. And I'm also, again, by saying that, I'm not trying to glorify what it is, because I follow people on YouTube or on Instagram mainly who have had terrible situations happen to them because of escorting. So I'm not trying to sit here and glorify and say that here's how you do it. I'm just saying it's about making an impression on somebody who's willing to, fork over financial livelihood, for a financial, something. A financial something is in question or at play. So that's crucial, is making an impression and giving them an experience. So the reason why I don't, prospects are subjects, be it a person, be it a specific instance, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that can be beneficial and they are of interest. So whereas women are women are portraying their clients as tricks, that's exactly what you're going to get out of it if that's what you were calling them. That just shows the kind of dynamic between the two of you. Versus a prospect, there's something that you can gain from them alongside the regular transactional money, financial gain. Going into it with that attitude and viewpoint and perspective, you'll get a lot out of it. Like, it'll go way further, okay? Because as I said, I never came across somebody that, number one, that it wasn't ever short-lived. Like, any sort of interaction I had with a prospect or somebody, a client, was long-lasting. It was more than once. It was more than one interaction, and it was long-lasting and like ongoing, I should say. So I think that is like the number one thing, is doing this with integrity. It's doing it with honesty, doing dishonest work with honesty. Because if you're bringing around just whoever, you never know, right? If you're not sorting out who's hitting you up and who's messaging you, you don't fucking know. In my previous video, I mentioned that I ignored a lot of calls, and there's a reason for that, because a lot of the times, maybe it was somebody trying to shortchange you. Maybe it was somebody trying to get one over on you or try to get a deal or whatever the case, or just completely flat out waste your time, because there are people who do that off of the advertisements, the ads. And I will just say that there's a reason why I did that, and it was a very good one at that. Why I didn't answer most of those calls, why I didn't respond to most of those texts. And I highly suggest you do the same. Be picky, be selective. That's really all there is to it. So somebody might call their clients tricks. That's exactly, that's just it's going to beget that, okay? You go into it with the idea that this person is a prospect and a person of interest that you can gain something from. You're going to have a much different experience. I'm just going to promise you that. And that, I think, that's kind of what I wanted to get across before touching on something else that is related to but different. I just wanted to get that point across. There's something to be learned from everybody. This is a very social, very impressionable and personal realm of work. So sorry, I have this in my hand because I took it off my little paper towel holder. So yeah, I wanted to share that, and it was just weighing on me. There's girls that I follow that, like, it's just so quick out of everyone's mouth. And then also it's obviously wrapped about in rap songs like a trick. No one's going to be playing tricks on me. No one is going to be bringing tricks around me. Absolutely the fuck not. That's not in my vernacular. That will never be a thing. So, I just wanted to offer a new perspective, and that is that. Yeah. So, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or video requests, feel free to email me. My email is, I keep forgetting what way. Is it this way? Naudia Exotica at gmail.com. I think it's this way. Follow all my links at naudiaexotica.com, and also read my blog, which is naudiascariotrove.com/blog. And until the next video, you will be hearing from me very soon.